Hey, what's up guys? I'm JBHJ, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to run Warpless Any %. I have with me in the chat, the voice chat, Parrot and Crawfish. Say hi guys.
Hello.
This is Crawfish.
Alright.
I'm MV Parrot. Should probably specify that.
Yeah. Alright, so this tutorial is based on the assumption that you already know how to run the game. So you should know how to cruise boost, you should know how to do basic strats, maybe a couple intermediate strats. So I definitely do not recommend this to brand new beginners. You should be around the intermediate skill level if you want to consider running this category to have a good time. But either way, we're going to teach you some shit, and we're just going to hop right into it. So here we go. On the count of 3, we're going to start the timer, and we'll get right to it. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so first and foremost, you're just going to get the shinies like normal. Every run starts the same.
Oh, you should have a hand enabled when you start the run.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I might have to do that. Before this, I went through and tested out the route, and I disabled the hand at the very end, so... Very good point you made there, Crawfish. Always have the hand enabled at the start of the run. Because there is a sock that we get that requires the hand to be on. So, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Should have prepared beforehand. But before you run, just go ahead and do this. And you should be totally fine. Alright, so the first thing you want to do exiting the pineapple, just pretend like we exited just now. Go straight right and climb the house. Climb Squidward's house. I'm sure everybody watching knows how to do this. So,
yeah, but I still mess it up, so...
Yeah. You mess it up, but you know how to do it. That's what counts.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So what we do is we head straight to the Jellyfish taxi. Do not disable the hand here. Split and enter. Alright, so our first major warpless strat is coming up. We call it bridge skip. So just like any run, you start by walking across here. Kill these fodders. Or avoid them, just, yeah, you know. Do what you normally do. Now, instead of jumping down here, what you're going to do is go behind this tree. And set yourself up. You want to stand on the very edge of this pointy rock. And you see how there's like a bit of a corner? It's kind of hard to see, but... You want to aim straight this direction. Kind of towards the tree. And you got to space a double jump spin very well, so... I'm just going to show you guys. 1, 2, 3. If you face the tree and space your jumps right, you should get the ledge grab every time. If you miss it, you're going to spawn like way back there near the fodders. And worst case scenario, if you can't do it, just gather some shinies and pay the clam. Easy enough. Alright, so moving on. This is what's called, I guess we can call it cliff skip, right? I guess that's a fair name. So there's multiple ways of doing this. What I like to do personally is stand here, spin and kind of adjust myself to update my position, and then jump, and you should make it up there every time. Another method of doing it is like kind of precise, but it does work. You can just double jump up here and grab the ledge. Whatever you're more comfortable with. If you can't do either, you can always just like walk around and climb the cliff the normal way. But whatever works for you. So you're going to make your way over here. Talk to Gary. And you're just going to take the bungee down. So when you get the spatula, split when SpongeBob hits the ground. And then immediately after, jump down and get this sock. And then get grabbed by the hand. That's why we have to have the hand enabled, by the way. Because if you fall, that means you had the hand disabled prior to the run and it's invalid, so... Next, you're just gonna climb Jellyfish Rock like you normally would. Pretty self-explanatory. This chat is great, by the way. If you don't know how to do this, just stand on the peak of the rock, double jump, spin, and you should land right here, and then you just jump up. Oh god, Monk is here. Chat's about to get even better. Alright, so a quirk about Warpless is that you can leave spatulas and save them for later. Yo, Dr. Fish, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Much love. So skip the spatula here and split as soon as you enter the gate. Alright. Next you make your way down this slide. Shoutouts to the double slide bash.
3 frame perfect inputs.
You'll love to see it.
Make sure you get both socks.
That was a ton of fun.
And if one of you guys wants to explain Dilemma Drown and like the return, feel free. I'll let you guys chime in.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing the normal dilemma skip. However, when we do dilemma skip, we'll be respawning as Patrick, which we don't want. So we'll be going up to the bus stop up there. Typical movement you see in like NG Plus 100%. Just casual Patrick movement. We then will switch to Patrick, and then we just want to drown immediately. That will put us back. We'll switch to SpongeBob, excuse me. That will put us back right where we're getting the spatula. Saves a little bit of walking.
Exactly right. The reason why we can't leave as Patrick is because you cannot use the taxi pad as Patrick. You have to leave as SpongeBob. So you just come right over here, switch to Bob, and just jump off the cliff and drown. He's had enough of life, so he just jumps off and dies. So, from there you just make your way back to the box. The rest of the level's pretty self-explanatory. You just, like, leave.
It shines.
Easy enough. These teleportation boxes are very useful in a lot of spots. So the spatula's right there. That's why we left it for later. I guess it saves some frames. So make sure you hit this duplicator, Tron, because the shiny route is kind of tight at the start. And then just take this box back. And just take the taxi. And you should be good. And split right here. So upon exiting Jellyfish, you should have 5 spatulas and 4 socks. So next up is downtown Bikini Bottom. Alright, Crawfish, you want to explain the Tiki's Go Boom and why we need shinies this early into the run?
Oh yeah. So in order to we want to save Goo Lagoon for mid-game. In order to have enough spatulas for that without losing a crazy amount of time, we need to be able to both enter Seed Needle and buy a crab spatula. And this is the fastest way we can get some extra shiny objects. So for that reason, we're going to be grinding Tiki's Go Boom a little bit more than you typically do in NSBA. Just make sure to try and get the combos. Combos will give you some extra shinies. If you don't, it's no big deal. It'll just make but it'll make your shinies a bit tidier.
Absolutely. The combos are very important, but if you miss them, you can always, like, get some extra stacks. It's no big deal.
Yeah, you just really want to make sure you're leaving downtown with 3,000, because if not, you're in trouble.
Absolutely. Okay, so the way I have it routed here, as soon as you're done with Tiki's Go Boom, grab the spatula, and what we're going to do is walk over to the cracked building over there to get the sock. So, not only does this give us a sock, but it gets us some extra shinies, which helps the shiny count a bit. And we can also reload the Tikis by getting grabbed by the hand intentionally. So, you just wait here, get grabbed, and I like to split as soon as Hans leaves the screen. Actually, no split there, my bad. I had that planned out earlier, but I decided to remove it. So we're gonna do 2 more rounds. And then you get grabbed one more time. Yeah, sea needle's in the route. Okay, so a comfortable shiny object count, leaving Tiki's Go Boom, should be roughly this number. You should be around like 3,000 or 3,200, somewhere around that range. So from there, you're gonna grab this wheel here, space a double jump to grab this ledge and grab that wheel, and then jump around, hold left, and walk on this ledge here to get over the gate. I know a lot of modern any % runners who are starting out run needleless, so this is the way to get to the sea needle, so I feel like I should explain. So this G-Love here, you're gonna wanna get hit by him, grab the wheel, and then jump off his head, so you can make it onto this lamp. Then you jump over the fence and hop over to this area, and then you do a double jump spin to make it over this area here. Now it's very important that you touch this Thunder Tiki to get some more shiny objects. You want to get as much as you can. And then from here, you just get the sock and roll your way to Sea Needle.
If you get hit by the sinks there, you have 1 health typically. So if you get hit by the sinks, you will die. Just try not to get hit by the sinks. You can always get some extra health next to the G-Love if you need it.
Absolutely. Getting hit won't ruin your run. It'll just set you back a little bit. But it's still best not to get hit. So entering Sea Needle, you split here. And this level is very self-explanatory. All you have to do is destroy all the Tikis and don't die. More advanced runners will go fast to meet cycles that are consistent every time. But all you have to do really is just break the Tikis and not die. It's as simple as that. It's very important that you also collected the wheels in here. So there's Bungee number 2. There's a wheel back here, so make sure you grab it. You do not want to forget these. Now for the chuck, I recommend standing here, and then when he throws, just take a wide turn and you should be good. It's a safe way to dodge him every time. So then your third Bungee is the last one. There's a lot of Thunder Tikis here, so be careful not to get hit. I would keep an eye on your health. I am totally off cycle, but we're good. So then you go collect Mr. Krabs' reward. And that's Sea Needle. So leaving here, you want to switch to Sandy. And then split when you exit the Sea Needle right here. Alright. So to enter Rooftops, we're going to get the wheels and the socks along the way. Or the sock. So come up on this ramp, jump over here, grab the wheel. And then on the top of this awning, you want to jump up here. And then jump forward and come up here. Now, this part here is kind of tricky to nail, and there is a backup in case you miss it. So what you want to do is a full double jump, and then a glide straight forward in this direction, and start mashing your lasso button. So you grab the swinger that's above you right there. Now, let's say you miss it and you fall. The best backup there is to head straight to this. You have 1 chance to get up, so make sure you get it. And then climb up here, climb on top of these, and grab the ledge. The important part is the sock back here. So if you do get it, you can just glide over to this building, but if you miss, that's the backup. So then just glide over here, get the wheel. If you miss the backup, the cannon will be shooting. That's important to note. So jump off of it while it's not shooting in case you miss it, but it normally should not be an issue. And then just collect the spatula and split. Alright, so Rooftops is extremely self-explanatory. All you have to do is follow my movements. If you guys want to take some time to talk about the category, feel free, because I really don't have anything to say.
Like the history of the category, or like just like some of the struggles it has?
Absolutely.
Alright, well, so one of the interesting things about this category is that a lot of things that we take for granted in other categories, like, oh, BRC is really easy to do in late game, is suddenly a lot harder because now all of a sudden, oh, you have to take a 2-minute long trip to do BRC in late game or save all of Mermalair for late game. So a lot of routing conventions are kind of thrown out the window, which makes routing kind of interesting.
Yeah, routing is extremely unique in this category thanks to the lack of warps.
Yeah, it's like no other category that's anything like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it turns things that are typically fast into things that are much slower, and you kind of have to rework where you put them in.
Yeah, who started Warpless?
It was actually me like a year and a half ago, I think. I was in group chat with a lot of buddies, and we were bored, and we decided to do a race, but we didn't know what to do. So I'm like, hey, what if we did any percent but no pause menu warping? And we actually agreed to it. And then, behold,
There's another one.
people started like routing it and finding strats after the fact, and then it got added to the main boards for like a week. And after nobody ran it for like a month, it was moved to the extension boards, where me and Hydro continued to grind it. I eventually ground it down to a sub 120, without SBA by the way. And it remained dormant for like a year until I came back with the new route. And since then, I've managed to save over 10 minutes off the old route.
Yeah, SB has changed this route a ton. Like, there used to be a really cool trick. Like, it sometimes makes things worse. Like, Krusty Krab, a really signature trick in previous Warpless, is just not fast. But sometimes it makes things really hype, because now, all of a sudden, for example, the Dutchman Bungee is fast, which is a pretty cool spatula.
Absolutely. Alright, make sure to split here entering Lighthouse. And just do Lighthouse like normal until the end, and I'll explain why. Alright, you guys can keep explaining the category, because this part is also self-explanatory.
True.
Keep on going.
Yeah, so another struggle... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the backtracking in this category is really weird, because you, like, some levels have really nice and convenient boxes, like Jellyfish Fields. The box is right where you at the spawn, takes you right to the end, and boom, you're done with like the first part super quickly. Whereas some levels like have some weird boxes you have to navigate through. Sometimes the boxes don't go through reverse, and it can be really annoying.
Alright,
So,
I gotta interrupt real quick. One thing that's very important is that you get the Tiki stack at the bottom, activate that Thunder Tiki, and also what I did just there, just walk straight into this section and jump to get the wheel through the electric. Because you need that wheel and you need those Tikis. So, just do the rest of Lighthouse like normal, but make sure you don't forget those two things. And one last thing to note, when you get the spatula, do not warp away. It's very common muscle memory, but what you're going to do is just walk out this door and split.
I think one of the most interesting things about this category is just how often the hand is enabled compared to other categories.
Oh yeah, I feel like the hand is enabled for more of the run than it is disabled, honestly. Depends on your route,
It feels like
obviously, but like, yeah.
I think we just have hand disabled for Goo Lagoon basically in the current 80% route, and that's it.
Goo Lagoon, and in this route, the final boss.
Yeah, this route as well.
Yeah. Alright, so what you're going to do from here is just warping and warpless, can you imagine? Alright, you're going to walk straight here and touch this Thunder Tiki and then climb these steps here. So 1 and 2, and that should get you the combo. Now, there is a sock over here, but we decided not to include it, so take the sponge ball, roll through here. There is a cutscene, and if you just walk up against this gate, it will open for you. So then just talk to Mrs. Puff. She should give you the spatula for all the wheels. And now is the moment we're going to disable the hand. So, next to this little coral right here, you're going to stand in this part of the road, turn your camera like this, and start mashing A to get the text box. Because it is a bit of a tight window. And then you just do the same thing again, but you don't have to mash. And then split as soon as the screen freezes. There you go. Alrighty, so you should have 3,000 shiny objects exiting the level. We're way over, but if you don't have it, be sure to like go back and get some more Tikis. Because we're going to trade one Mr. Krab spat. And all we're going to do from here is do Squidward's house, get his sock, get Patrick's sock, and trade 10 socks, and then enter Poseidon. So, there's not much explaining to do here. Just do what I do. Poseidon is going to be a big filler segment, so it's a great time to talk about the history of the category and its workings and stuff. Alright. And I made this little section its own split, so once you enter Poseidon, split, and you're good to go. Alright, see you later, Kobe. Hope you have a good night. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys take the stage for a bit. Feel free to talk about the entire category and anything you want, really. I don't mind.
Alright. How's your day been, Parrot?
It's been good. It's been a long day so far.
Nice.
I feel that.
So I'm following along this route and I missed a sock.
Oh no. Reset. Yeah, not a problem, Kobe. I'm really hoping this brings a lot of exposure and help to runners who need it.
Whoever would have thought that Poseidon would be a filler segment.
I know, right?
Oh, who would have?
This is obviously the most exciting part of the run. I don't understand why we're talking over it, honestly.
This category's gone through so many different reroutes. Like, it's crazy how many times we just realize, oh, it's faster to do this sock on the way back,
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's faster to get this spatula than Pier there. It's crazy how many times we've had to change our route in the course of like 2 weeks.
I know, it's been through so many changes, and it's still changing. Like, there's still things being found.
Yeah,
It's like you recently
we-
posted the swamp route that
Yeah.
we are teaching in this tutorial, by the way.
Ooh.
You know it.
Wait, was I supposed to get Bungee sock? Bungee sock?
Cow
Yeah.
Bungee
That's
sock
the
you
one I
were. Cow Bungee sock is in the route.
You're supposed to get it after you get the after you bungee for the spatula. The hand grabs you after you got the sock.
Oh, nice flying head thing
That's
move by
the one I missed.
Patrick.
Oh, backup sock time.
There is that downtown backup sock. Thankfully, the sock route is a bit lenient, especially in Jellyfish 2. There are, like, extra socks there.
Oh yeah, Jellyfish 2 has so many socks.
Yeah, you have the one in the goo, you have the one for the little bowling challenge that you can jump up and get. There's a lot of leniency later on.
Wow.
As long as you have 20 by the end, you should be fine. Thanks for that comment, Monk. I appreciate it. Alright, we're on phase 3 of the most exciting fight in the entire game. Who else is excited?
Super excited for it to be over.
Don't even get me started.
For it to be over.
Filled with openings. Oh, what an uppercut.
I mean, look how exciting this is. Like, flashing lights, constant action.
It
You
doesn't
name
get
it.
much better than this.
Yeah, JB, are there any cool stories from our early Warpless?
Nice move by SpongeBob.
Not anything that I really didn't
This match
cover.
is just about
Like, I talked
over.
about the origin and, like, the evolution. Me and Hydro traded world record a few times, and then I took it down to sub 120. And then it just kind of sat there until the SBA route was made.
Yeah, SBA route really changes this category.
Alright.
SBA is the best thing ever discovered. Except
Absolutely.
For maybe hand to stable.
Hey, Plankton.
And cruise boosting.
And sponge gliding.
Alrighty, so straight from here, we're gonna do Poseidon like normal. Not Poseidon, Treedome.
You won't do Poseidon again.
You want me to?
Sandy,
Without, if you want to
Yeah,
work.
preferably not. Okay,
Yes, sir,
anyone
that
else to
is
see
in fact a
Poseidon
merry
again?
mashup.
Oh, why'd you have to do that to me?
The soda of the gods. Actually, yeah, just complete Treedome like normal. This is self-explanatory. Like I said, this tutorial assumes that you already know how to run the game. I don't have to explain everything. Split exiting the store. Remember, make sure you don't warp. You have to walk and exit. And straight from here, we're going backwards and entering Goo Lagoon. So at this point, you should have 17 spats and 1 sock. Alrighty.
Goo Lagoon's gone through quite a few changes since we started rerouting the category.
Yeah, plus there's a really neat strat that I am going to teach you guys. It involves checkpoints. Also, one thing to note, you don't have to talk to Larry in this route because you're not going to be warping to him. So you can take a bit of a shortcut and just cut along here instead. I'm sure all of you know how to do Sponge Glide and the Box Bash, so I'm not going to explain it. You don't need to get the 1-frame stock, but if you want to get it just to be safe on stocks, feel free. But if you guys want to explain the checkpoint dodging strats, feel free, because...
Oh yeah, so one of the big things we started realizing is that because we have the hand enabled in a lot of places, or even if we don't have the hand enabled, like, a way to make up for not being able to warp is to abuse checkpoints. Like, what we do is we get a checkpoint early in the level and we just dodge other checkpoints. So that maybe, like, if we go really out of our way for a spatula, we could just, like, get the hand on demand or die real quickly, and boom, all of a sudden we're back to where we started. And it really frees up a lot of routing. Nice.
Did you see that?
But it frees up a ton of routing. In terms, especially in like rock bottom. I don't know if you're gonna be doing the rock bottom stuff here, but like in Pier, it's really nice. It's really nice in swamp.
Yeah, the 2 instances of checkpoint dodging in this run are in fact Goo Lagoon and Kelp Forest. Rock bottom is a little more advanced, so I'm gonna leave it out.
Rock bottom's pretty unintuitive and maybe a bit difficult.
It requires some precise movement. Also, I forgot how to Sponge Glide.
Just do old glide.
Yeah?
Dude, old glide is elite.
Old Glide, good, but also bad.
Old glide is illegal.
Banned. Any percent, but no Old Glide. I'm gonna be careful here now because I don't want to repeat. There we go.
Apparently I forgot how to do ETG as well.
Alright, and split when the load begins. Okay, so from here, you're just gonna go straight into this box. Run up to the bus stop here. And just do the cutscene skip for the ticket booth. I'm sure everyone knows how to do this. I really don't have to explain a lot of these things. Now from here, you head straight back into the box, and this is where the checkpoint dodging begins. What we did earlier is get a checkpoint by Mr. Krabs, and we're going to keep this checkpoint the entire time, all the way until the end of SBA. So when we get the spatula under the pier and drown, we will appear right back next to Mr. Krabs. So to dodge this first checkpoint, what you're gonna want to do is jump on this pole, and then kind of make a semicircle around it this way. And that should dodge the checkpoint. So jump up here. Be careful not to get knocked by this G-Love here. And just destroy the robots. Now your second checkpoint is coming up right here. The way to dodge this is stand right here. Jump towards these ropes. Jump up here and just walk across here. You're going to want to get this sock. Use the slide to save a few seconds walking over here. This third checkpoint is pretty easy to dodge. As long as you don't go too far right, you should dodge it. And you're going to split when you grab this Tiki. Now, SBA is pretty self-explanatory. You should know how to do it if you're learning Warpless. So, There's one more checkpoint dodge to explain, and I'm going to let you guys take the stage again. Alright, so the way I like to set this up to dodge this checkpoint is throw this Tiki next to the sign. And for the second Tiki, you're going to want to stack it on top of the first one. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a good reason. So, jump around here onto the rope, and then jump straight to the bus stop, and come around from behind, and you should be good. Now, the reason why we stack them by the sign is because you can stand on the sign and pick up the Tiki on top. And there you go. And then from there, you just set up SBA and be careful not to hit the checkpoint.
I think it's worth noting that the checkpoint is like a straight line from the checkpoint to that pole. So if you, the Tiki is like, you have to make sure the Tiki is not landed within the line of the checkpoint, or else you're not really going to be able to do the strat.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you throw it like far enough behind. Pretty much like next to the sign is a good distance.
And if you screw it up, it's not a big deal. It just loses some walking, but
absolutely
going for it, the barely loses any time.
I'm going to teach you guys the backup in case you get a checkpoint somehow. If you get a checkpoint earlier, you should intentionally get this checkpoint too. Also, I'm having a hard time setting up SBA today. This is good. What is happening right now? I'm so confused. What? I swear to God I'm setting this up right. I'm just gonna set it up this way. Just to move things smoothly. Is it really gonna do this? Oh my God. Alright, you know what? That's fine. So, you're gonna come to the bus stop, split, your setup is complete, and you're gonna bowl the shot right in there and just continue on. So you're gonna want to get this sock. Continue on. And then you're gonna get the bungee and do tower climb. If you can't tower climb, feel free to pay the clam. It's no big deal. You won't really lose that much time. Now, SBA is definitely worth talking about, especially how it affected the reroute. You guys want to chime in?
Oh yeah, like there previously used to be an issue where, like, basically it used to be like at SBA in Warpless. No one really followed it. I don't even know if SBA was known at the time, but a lot of spatulas were found to be fast or like a good alternative because suddenly shiny objects weren't really an issue. Like I said earlier, with Frosty Climb, it used to be like this pretty cool strat where you like jump into a pit, as Sandy, and climb back up. However, it turns out you can just pay for a clam that's faster to just pay for a bungee and do it casually than to do a Frosty Climb. Alternatively, like I said earlier, there's the Dutchman bungee, which is you don't really see done often, which is pretty cool. It also frees up the spatula count, which allows us to get through mid-game a lot quicker, saving a lot of late game for much cooler spatulas.
Yeah, SBA has truly been a blessing to this game, and especially this category. Alright, so what you want to get... What you... Blah, 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 blah. When you get to the bottom here, you're just going to death warp, and if you dodge all the checkpoints correctly, you will spawn right up here. Now, if you fail the checkpoint dodge, you should spawn right back next to the skee ball machine, and you're just going to make your way towards the bumper boats, get in the box, and you should spawn back up here. So, you can find your way back to the start. It's not super hard.
Yeah, it's not run over if you miss it or anything.
Yeah, it's just extra walking if you miss it. The checkpoint dodging is a time save that is worth knowing. So, switch to Patrick and collect your reward.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And at this point of the run, you should have 20 spatulas and 3 socks. Well, it looks like the splits say 19 and 3 socks for some reason. It should be accurate after this. I'm not sure why it says 19. I'll have to fix that in a second. So you're gonna come through here. It is 23 on the way out. Yeah, because you're gonna get this one and then Larry's.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I don't think it's the death warp. I think I just like miscounted. Yeah. So here's a little bit of interesting routing. So you're gonna jump here, come up and get the sock, and then come down here and grab the sock underneath. If you miss, feel free to drown yourself and try again. And now this is a little strat I kind of came up for with the tutorial. So when he's not shooting, jump up here and then jump up there, and you should be able to get up here. Now stand on this wooden spoke here and do a full double jump, and you should grab the ledge. And then head this way and take the bus stop to switch back to SpongeBob. I might start doing that in my actual attempts now because it is faster than what I used to be doing. Assuming you're not going for castle boost already, but go inside this box. Make your way over to Larry and collect your spatula. And now the splits are accurate. 23 spatulas exiting Goo Lagoon and 5 socks. Alright, so you're just going to walk back to the taxi and copy my movements pretty much, because what we're doing next is trading with Mr. Krabs, so I'll let you guys take the stage. Absolutely, best part of the run.
It's weird. This is like the only category where you trade in 7 spatulas to Mr. Krab instead of 8.
Yeah, that one early crab spat is essential to saving Goo Lagoon from mid-game, because we definitely do not want to do 2 trips there. That's a lot of backtracking.
Yeah, you pretty much have to do RSS and reverse RSS if you want to do something else, which would be nightmarish. So
yeah, because if you miss RSS, your run is over, and if you miss reverse RSS, your run is also over. So get the fountain spatula, I mean fountain sock, and then just trade. Alright. One thing I really enjoy about this category, I got some time to talk about it now, is it is a lot slower paced than your normal categories, but it also has some unique stuff to keep it interesting and not boring.
Yeah, like there's a lot with a lot of categories. It's just, like a lot of tricks do remain the same. It's just a matter of, oh, we do it in this order, or we do it in this order.
Exactly.
For this category, there's so many unique tricks, so many unique paths you take. Like Dutchman is like so unique compared to the other Dutchman category.
My bitrate is dying.
Oh.
Yeah, your stream is buffering right now.
Yeah, my bitrate is at 0. You guys can still hear me though, right?
I can still hear you.
Alright. So, what we do after Mr. Krabs is just climb Shady Shoals, and we're going straight to Sand Mountain. I had a feeling that my stream would be fucking up, so it's a good thing I got recording going on.
Yeah.
Weather's been messing with me.
Oof. You guys are cutting out too. So yeah, from here you just enter Sand Mountain and split. Wow, my bitrate is all over the place. Yikes. You guys can hear me? Fading out. Damn. Alright, so from here, you get this sock, if I'm not bad. There we go. And then you enter Sand Mountain here. Yeah, I really had a feeling that my stream would just die halfway through because my internet's been having so many issues.
I've got.
Alright, so you just come down the slide. Just do everything like normal. It's a damn shame my internet has to do this to me now, but... Oh, I think we're back. I think we're back.
Yeah, I'm seeing you right now.
There we go.
Ooh, the bait rate's going up.
Yeah, it looks like it's good now. It's back in the green. So yeah, Guppy Mound is pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure you get all the socks. I'm going to take the safe route in case you guys need to see that. You don't want to take those risky jumps unless you absolutely are certain you can get them.
Yeah, falling off here is really bad because this is one of the few moments where you have the hand disabled. So
Yeah.
here is a backup and see get him to kill you, but that's really it. It's like one of the few scary moments.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Guppy Mound isn't too hard, so...
If you do happen to fall off, just make your way back to where the Chuck is and let him kill you. He can shoot you from the ground, and that's your way to get back up.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate if you do fall off, but it's not run over. So yeah, you just complete Guppy Mound and yeah. I was saying earlier to my viewers, I'm not sure if you were able to hear it because my stream is down, but I was expecting my internet to have issues tonight, so I'm sorry about that buffering. Anyways, after Mrs. Puff, you switch to Sandy, and then you make your way out here and split on the door. So right now. Now you're going to take a hard right and jump down here to get the sock. And then you're going to climb up here. There goes the bitrate again. How about that? Thank God we got recordings because this would not be possible without it. So, this is very important. There is a way out of here in case you do somehow fall down there, but you have to be sandy. But go this way. It's very important that you go this way. And switch to SpongeBob. So stand on this rock and double jump to grab the ledge. And what you're going to do is pay this clam.
Hello?
You should press B to cancel that text box and then A to pay the clam, but yeah. Double jump. Get the spatula. And boom. So then from here you just leave and split when you exit the taxi. So right now. Yeah, I know the stream's freezing. Alright, so as soon as you exit Sand Mountain, you're gonna want to turn backwards and enable the hand. So sit here and let the hand take you away. So then just go straight forward and enter rock bottom.
It's very important you enable a hand there, because if you miss the next trick with the hand disabled, then you do have a true soft lock. Whereas if you have the hand enabled, you can retry it as many times as you want.
Exactly. If you mess up bathroom boost and you fall in the void, your run is over because you cannot warp back up. So bathroom boost is pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. Oh, that's cool. Looks like the stream's back. It's hitting a lot of road bumps, but hopefully it stays stable for the rest of the time. Thank God for recording. So you get the spatula here, and then you immediately take the gate back. And then from here you just walk back and take the floating platform. Alright, and then you split right on the taxi. Next, you're gonna activate the button here, and you're gonna do sponge ball storage to get to the top of the Chum Bucket. So you come up here, activate the ball here, and then roll forward and bounce off this wall. You should get up here. Again, you guys should know how to do this if you're learning Warpless. If you don't, there are many other tutorials out there, so feel free to ask questions if you need it. Jump down and enter the bucket. And then collect the spatula right here. If you can't do that little bash, feel free to wall jump. It's no big deal. But again, contrary to muscle memory, do not warp. Walk to the door and exit. Make sure to split. So from here, walk straight to the Krusty Krab and enter the door. Also know that's not all of Rock Bottom. We do return later. So do all of Krusty Krab like normal. You guys still here?
Yeah.
Chill out.
Sweet. My internet like totally died for a second, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I just got nothing to say right now.
Alrighty, so once you're done with Krusty Krab, again, it's very important not to muscle memory and warp. Walk straight
like
to the door.
You warp so often in Krusty Krab, it's so hard not warp.
Exactly. It's certain to kill a couple runs if you're not careful. So at this point you have 39 spatulas. From here you just walk over to Dream. And you're gonna get the rolling ball spat. You can do forbidden skip if you like because the hand is enabled, you're safe. But I recommend if you're just starting out, just use the ball. So you come up here. Make sure you avoid this guy. Bowl the thingy. And use the ball.
Do you get dumpster stock in this route?
We do, but we get it later.
I see.
Yeah. When we go from Dutchman's to Jellyfish, that's when we get it.
Oh, that's smart.
Interesting route, but yeah. So get that spatula and split right there. Alright, take the ball. Enter Industrial Park. And just complete Industrial Park. I'll let you guys take the stage.
Industrial Park, woo!
Let's go.
What can we say about Industrial Park?
Oh,
Wow.
one thing to note is that when you're leaving Dream, there is a small delay, like where immediately after you leave, you can't quite grab the sponge ball yet, so you have to wait a little bit before the sponge ball actually is grabbable.
Oh yeah, it's a very weird quirk, but
Yeah.
make sure you have the sponge ball activate because you can like walk right through it if you're too fast.
Yeah, I think it has like something may have something to do with like invincibility.
It might.
Really in the same way you have cutscenes. It's a theory though.
It's a game theory.
Thank you, gamer.
I'm not sure, Sponge. That's a lot of money to shell out.
Ooh, tell them about the technique you can do with your camera in this.
The camera?
Look at that! The robot's made himself dizzy! Now the robot's taking a beating.
Oh, you don't remember?
In Industrial Park?
Yeah, like how you can make Patrick quieter.
Oh yeah, it's weird. So if you tilt your camera down, Robopatcher becomes quieter, I think, right? Was that it? It was something like that.
Well, tilting like where you're not looking at him on the screen, yeah. Well, that probably also works.
I don't exactly remember what it was like. It's just a weird quirk the game has. It's not like it saves time or anything, but fun fact of the day.
Very important to know.
Yeah. Shoutouts to JBHJ for holding the Industrial Park IL world record. One of the most prestigious runs on the entire boards.
Yeah, shout out to JBHJ and twitch.tv/JBHJ. If you subscribe to him, you are officially better at BfBB.
You will gain 10 seconds off your PB.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
Where do I sign up?
I better gain exactly 10 and no more, no less.
You can sign up at twitch.tv/JBHJ and click that big purple subscribe button. Hey, 10 seconds is a lot of time. I would gladly take 10 seconds off my cheat percent time.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take 10 seconds.
You take 10 seconds off my PB yesterday.
I'll take 10 seconds off my shit percent world record.
Damn.
Shit percent.
Rip.
Can I get an F in chat?
And the robot is down.
For those who don't know, shit percent was once an extension category where you literally run to the Kelp Forest and take a dump in the porta potty that plays a cutscene. And the timer ends right there. F's in chat, boys. Took 11 minutes off your any percent no CB. Yo, congratulations. That is a substantial PB.
It looks like SpongeBob has an opportunity here. Do-si-do and around you go.
Looks like Sponge is having fun in chat. Joe Biden be like.
Dude, Fiend, I'd love a recording of that. That run was insane.
I have warped 0 times in this run so far. All according to plan. Alright, so after Industrial Park, you should have 41 spatulas and 11 socks. And we're heading straight back into Dream. Now, the next thing we're doing is Super Bounce Skip. If you can't do it, don't worry. Paying the clam is totally fine. We have more than enough shiny objects. Now remember, if you fall, be careful not to warp out of instinct.
Yeah, we have the hand enabled, so falling is just not a big deal at all. Only
Exactly.
Platform cycles get a bit weird, but it's nothing that you can't handle.
Exactly. So from here, thankfully you guys don't have to do Squid Stream and Warpless. So you're gonna pay this clam. Get a cruise boost here if you like. If not, if you're more comfortable with walking, just walk. And you're gonna make your way down to the Krusty Krab. Be careful with this clam, it does have a text box. And then you're gonna jump across here and exit Patrick's Stream and split. Actually, yeah, I guess that's a good split spot. So then you just come around here, watch out for this oil dude. I'm not sure why I have 2 splits here, but I guess it helps you remember the route better. Then just come along here, take the box, and split when you exit the pineapple. It really should be 1 split, but I guess 2 is alright. Alright, from here, you take the sponge ball, and you go all the way to the Mermalair lobby. It's not that much longer. It's like more than halfway done. So, keep in mind that you do have cruise boosting at this part of the run, so feel free to use cruise boosting wherever you need. We do all of Mermalair with cruise boosting. It's worth noting that you don't have to get the first and the last box in these levels, because the last box will automatically open the first.
Oh, so bowl before you get the spatula if you want to be safe, because that spatula will camera lock you, and if you're facing the wrong way, you'll fall down, and so then you'll respawn at the last checkpoint. Lose a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's a very good thing to know. I think if you approach it head on, it will like just circle you, but if you approach it backwards, it will make you like camera lock. It's a weird quirk, but it's definitely safe to bowl it instead of just running into it with your cruise boost. So this part is self-explanatory, and so is the next part, so I'll let you guys talk about the categories some more if you have any more interesting facts.
Oh, one more. Well, actually, no, you don't need the fucking orb from Mermaid Man. Never mind.
You don't, yeah.
Ooh. Let's see here. We've gone through like 4 different iterations of what we should be doing last in late game. So like we've done Dutchman last, then we've done Kelp last, then we went back to Dutchman last, and now in this route we're doing Jellyfish Fields last. It's like the route's very flexible in this, which is really nice. And
it really
so
is.
It's the only problem is that it's hard to tell what's optimal, which is kind of frustrating, but it's really nice for your own like personal route, and you can change a lot of stuff around very easily.
Absolutely. I forgot to pay the clam. How about that? So yeah, thankfully this route is pretty flexible, pretty beginner friendly. It's just a chill category overall. One thing that's great about this category is just how like relaxing it is compared to others. So you throw the melon and split, and then you just do this part. Wow, Sponge, that is insane. I would have never thought about that. Alright, one thing that's unfortunate about Mermalair Slide Skip is that if you miss it in this category, do not warp and just let the hand take you away. But if you miss, the hand will push you all the way back at the bottom of the map, and you will have to use the teeter-totter to launch yourself back up to attempt it again. So you should know how to do this trick. Misses do happen, but it doesn't matter. Like, there's an example right there. Hand's gonna take you away and put you all the way back down here.
Yeah, even high level runners will miss this from time to time.
Yeah, do not say the W word in this chat, or else you're banned. And then you split right there. Now, Prawn is coming up. You can either skip him or fight him, depending on what you know. It works for all skill levels. But I'm just going to skip him.
Yeah, Prawn skip saves like about 40 seconds, if I remember correctly. However, the fight isn't that slow. It's about a minute versus like a 20 seconds to skip it.
Yeah, it's not
still
super slow.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then you split here. And you just make your way to security tunnel. Now, you can do whatever you're comfortable with here. You can do normal security tunnel, or you can do cruise boost security tunnel. And I'm going to teach you cruise boost version. Alright, so you get your cruise boost here. And you want to stay left of these tikis. Jump up here and bash and slam. And then you come this way. Stand along this pillar and bash here. And then you'll walk up here. bowl the button, and collect your spatula. Now, the ballroom clip is coming up, and ballroom clip is pretty self-explanatory. You guys should know how to do this too, but there's a very interesting quirk to it in Warpless that I'm going to let my buddies explain.
Yeah, you might be wondering, how do I get out of the ballroom cage? You can't warp out of there. Like, and what are you gonna do? It's not like you can get trapped in there or die, right? But, so the thing, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so there are like a couple different types of ways the hand grabs you. There's of course hand death planes and then like the death sands. However, you can also get what's called a hand on demand, which is where if you're like in a wall for a couple seconds, the hand will immediately grab you. So what we do in this is we get a cruise boost and then we do like a weird double jump slam into it. If you want to explain that, feel free.
Alright, so when you get the spatula, do not warp. What you want to do is get a slow cruise boost on this wall. Just one is enough. And what I find makes this easier is zoom in and time your double jumps the same way I do. And when you do your slam, you kind of want to hold your joystick forward and give it a little wiggle forward like that. That's what I find helps get the hand out consistently. So jump, slam, and wiggle, and you should get grabbed every time like that. I'm gonna show you guys again for the sake of the tutorial.
You really have to space out your jumps. If you just like yeet your jumps the entire time, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you have to space them out just like I do. I'm gonna show you guys my thumb. 1, 2, slam, wiggle, and you'll get taken. The zoom in and the lineup really helps it out a lot. So when you're done with that, get a cruise boost here or walk, whatever you're comfortable with. Climb up this cage, climb on the sign, and run along and grab this sock over here. You're gonna need this sock. And then from there you just run to the exit and you split. So you get your spatulas, you hit the final button, and exiting Mermalair is extremely chill. Like, it's one of the favorite parts of the whole category, in my opinion. Just wait till you guys see how easy this is. You're thinking like, we're so deep in the level, how are we going to get out? I'll show you. There's box. It takes you all the way back to the start of this section. And then straight from here, you have another box. And it takes you back to the beginning of the level just like that. It is the most convenient set of boxes in the entire game. Hands down.
Yeah, you don't have to cruise boost or anything.
Yeah. Alright, so when you come into Shady Shoals, you're going to hit the TV and get the TV sock. It's faster to do this on the way out, so that's why we saved it for later. And you just grab that and split on this door. And you're done with the Mermalair. Now, rock bottom, there is an advanced route, but I've created a basic route to help you guys learn this easier, because the checkpoint dodging in rock bottom is more advanced and has some precise movement. So, I'm just going to show you guys what's nice and easy. So, get yourself a cruise boost, or just walk. Again, whatever you're comfortable with. Whoop. And just, you're gonna do slip sliding away. There's one thing that is important to note though. And I'll show you in 1 second. So you have to get a cruise boost here. Make your way this way. And when you talk to Bubble Buddy, you want to walk past him and get this checkpoint. That is very important. So then come back here and do slip sliding away like normal. You want to get this sock. And you want to get this sock. Now, one more thing that I should note. When you get this spatula here, tilt your camera down and then get it. And that will camera lock you so you fall off and get taken by Hans. And then
also make sure you don't touch the platform next to the sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, make sure you avoid the checkpoint down there. That is very important. Because there is a checkpoint on the bottom left on slip sliding, but you normally should never go over there anyways, so Yeah, when the hand takes you, split the moment the hand leaves the screen, and you should spawn right back here with Bubble Buddy. Alright, go ahead.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Oh, okay. So you come back here and just complete the rest of the level like normal. Come over here and get this spatula. Get that sock. You guys should know how to do the Tiki Bash. If not, I would highly recommend practicing it. And I would not recommend canceling your cruise boost here, but do not tilt your camera down. Just let him circle. And then from here, you're just going to leave rock bottom. Feel free to kill this Chuck that I know a lot of you guys hate. He's right there, right for the killing. Now for this sleepy time, just let go of your joystick. I guess that doesn't work. Okay. It should work, but yeah, just take care of that sleepy. Maybe jump over him if that's easier. Now, when you pass Bubble Buddy, there is a text box, so be careful. Now, one thing that's very important to note, cancel your cruise boost way before the taxi, because if you don't, and you get the text box up on the taxi, there's a high risk that you can soft lock your entire run. You do not want to do that, so cancel your cruise boost, and then split right here, and that's rock bottom too. Yo, Eddie's about to beat my world record, thanks to my tutorial. Let's go. Alright, so from here, you're gonna come this way and cruise boost here, or on the side of the station, whatever you're comfortable with. And you're gonna come this way to enter Kelp Forest.
Here we are.
Alright. So, pretty much cruise boost here. I can't cruise boost. We're gonna be doing another checkpoint dodge in swamps. It's kind of a unique route, and Crawfish is the one who came up with it, so I'm gonna let him explain it.
Oh, hell yeah.
All you have to do is follow my movement here and get the spatula. So the stage is yours. Go for it.
Alright, so in swamps, you don't want to go straight towards Krabs, because the checkpoint is pretty much surrounding that entire area. And one reason I wanted us to do the checkpoint dodge in the beginner strat is because all cruise boost spots near Krabs there are just terrible. They're so bad. Whereas if you go around, you don't ever have to redo your cruise boost. So we're just gonna go to the left, and then we're just gonna do a little bit of platforming, dodging the checkpoint. Once we're go to the left and dodge the checkpoint, there's no other fear of any other checkpoints. It's just one checkpoint we dodge.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get we just get the spatula. Well, so we're gonna climb a couple leaves to get next to the spatula on top. We're gonna hit the button, get the spatula, and then it's like an 8% where you just jump down and get the spatula on the timer.
Alright, so I'm gonna show how it's done. A pretty easy cruise boost spot here is right up against the gate. Just cruise boost here. And there you have it. Another option is this rock here. You can see it's flat there. Make sure the jellyfish doesn't sting you, because that is a risk if you take too long. But there are multiple spots to get your cruise boost, so let's take it from the top. From here, you're gonna go left. Go under these arches and jump on this leaf right here, onto that leaf, and then onto this leaf. And then you want to cancel your cruise boost here. Now, if you can't do that platforming, or you miss it, you can use this leaf as a backup and jump up here and do it alternatively like that. So cancel your cruise boost, and then from here you just do what you would normally do in a run. You cruise bubble the button, and that opens up the cage, and you just collect both spatulas. So there's one. And after you get spatula number 2, you're going to drown yourself. And you'll see exactly where we spawn. And there you go. And that puts you right at the back. Right back at the beginning, so you split right upon leaving the gate. Now what you do from here is you run all the way back across Kelp Forest. There's a cruise boost spot right here, right behind these corals. And just follow my movements. It's a bit of a gauntlet trying to dodge all these hazards and robots, so try to be a bit careful here. I recommend jumping over all of them. Staying far away. Now, come along to the left side of the level here, close to the wall. Jump on this leaf. And then there's a leaf right there that you also want to jump on. And then split when you enter the gate here. Now, you got this spatula here. And there's 2 ways to skip the vine challenge. You guys should know how to do this. You probably all have your own methods. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. There's the cruise boost method here, and then the non-cruise boost method. And you're going to enter the caves right here. Now, in caves, there's nowhere to go except back out, so we go in and grab the spatula, and then instead of warping away, we just immediately take the gate through the exit again. Then you take a left, take the box, and take the gate. And then from here, after this load, you're just gonna leave through the taxi and split. And that's Kelp Forest. So we have 2 levels left. We have the Dutchman's Graveyard, and then we have Jellyfish Fields, which we're saving for last.
Yeah, how many categories do Jellyfish Fields last?
I know, right? So welcome to the Dutchman's Graveyard. An elbow and warpless. Let's go. Alright, so first thing you're going to do here is get a cruise boost. You can get your cruise boost either over there or on the pole. Pole is more advanced, but I'm just going to do it here to get the tutorial moving. Cruise boost spot's over there. I'm sure you guys know how to do it. Everyone has their preferences. So you make your way over here and you just do the goo tanker spatula like normal. Except when you're done with it, I just died. How about that? My name is JVHJ, and I'm good at this game. Anyways, take 2. You're gonna close this door and lower the goo. Now here's where the route begins to differ. Dodge this chuck, unlike me. I'm sure you guys are more capable of this game than I am, obviously. I am just on a roll today. Alright, so normally you would want to avoid death, but you're going to purposely drown when you get this spatula. Now, as soon as the screen respawns, that's when you split. So, what you do next is get another cruise boost. And you don't have to do that movement there. You just jump down to here. And now you're going to want to get yourself, kind of stuck on this clam. Like right here. Press the trigger, feed the clam, and that opens the chest. And then you're going to turn around, slam the button. Excuse me, you're going to slam the button. And you're just going to follow my movement. For this jump here, make sure you space your jumps so you don't land in the goo. Turn your camera this way. And get the cage spatula. There you go. Now from here, you're going to come this way. You can climb this section with a cruise boost, but for the sake of the tutorial, you're going to cancel it here. You're going to jump up here. Or actually, this side might be better. Just climb to the top of this spire here. Climb there. Stand up here and jump up here. And then double jump spin right across here. And then grab the ledge. Or skip the ledge. And there you go. Again, if you know how to do this with a cruise boost, feel free. Now, there's two options for this level. One of them is pretty advanced, and the other one is basic but slow. You want to explain this real quick?
Barrett.
Hello?
Hello?
What are we explaining?
The hand-enabled shipwreck climb. I feel like I should include this because it does save so much time, but I'm also going to showcase the long way around.
Oh god, I've done it like twice. One of you guys is probably better off explaining that. I literally learned it like 4 days ago.
Oh no.
You're good. Honestly, JB, you're the one who learned it, so.
Alrighty, so I'm going to show you real quick. You have the hand enabled here, so you cannot go down and grab the spatula like that. So, you see how there's a pile of wood here? I like to use this little chunk right here on the tip of SpongeBob's nose as a little visual cue. Remember, this is some advanced stuff. It's the most advanced movement in the whole tutorial, honestly, but I feel like I should include it because it does save so much time. You can cruise boost on this pole or on the box over there is the easiest. Now what I like to do is stand on the side of the gate here. Get myself facing the little pellet of wood. And then jump, bash, and then just climb up here. Climb up there and slam. And then from here you just come up here and make your way over to the bungee. That's a pretty good setup, honestly. I'm sure that would actually help a lot of you guys. So again, get yourself in this little wedge. That little piece of wood I told you about, you're going to want to bash right there. So face the wood, jump, bash, and turn your camera so you land on the pole. That is actually such a consistent setup. I literally just came up with it on the spot. I actually recommend this to everybody now. That is crazy. I'm so proud of myself for coming up with that. It's like I tried to get it earlier and I was missing it over and over. Now I'm just getting it like repeatedly. You guys seeing this?
Yeah, that's sick.
It's like full jump, bash. There you go. That's so free. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, so I feel like I should showcase the long way anyways, just in case like you still can't get this. But I would 100% recommend practicing this now that there's like a good setup for it. Like, it is possible to miss, but attempting it again is not really that big a deal. Again, you come up here. If you fall once you make it up here, it's no big deal because you do have the checkpoint. You can get your cruise boost back on this wall. And just jump on this rail, bash, slam, and then just climb up here. Do another bash slam to make this ledge. And what you're going to do from here is get your cruise boost, do a double jump, spin, slam, and land on that little plank next to the clam. But anyways, here's the long route. What you're going to want to do is get your cruise boost. You're going to want to learn the shipwreck climb because it saves so much time, and I'll show you how slow the alternative is. So you have to come all the way this way. And you have to use these wall jumps. Now, don't get hit by the hammer, like me. There's an optimization you can do where you just bash slam here. It's a little tight, so I just recommend going around this way. Let me get my cruise boost. Actually, no, I don't even need my cruise boost back. What you have to do next is switch to Sandy, which I know is awful. And you're gonna swing all the way across here. Yeah, Shipwreck Climb is tough, but I literally just discovered a really good setup for getting up on the pole. It should make it should make things a lot easier for a lot of people. Okay, so from here, I recommend standing on this little pole here, glide, and head this way. And then switch back to SpongeBob. Yeah, it's literally just playing the level. Like, the Sandy thing is a bit of a shortcut, but again, I explained why Shipwreck Climb is so fast. So you just use this wall jump. Be fast because this wall will push you away. And then from here you can I think you can get your cruise boost here. Yeah, you can. And this is where we are at the end of Shipwreck Climb, so I'll show you guys one more time. What's out? Check this out. So I like to line myself up here, do a full jump, bash, and there you go. Full jump, bash, turn your camera while you bash, and there you go. It's super pog. I literally discovered it like on the spot. Full jump, bash, and you're up. It's like 100% consistent now. Okay, so from here, double jump, spin, slam if you need to, cancel your cruise boost, and pay the clam. Now, when you get this bungee, you're going to split when you land on the ground. And then you're just going to do Shipwreck Climb like normal. You can get your cruise boost back here, by the way. The clam is not a risk since it's already paid. But there's another quirk in the route regarding Warpless. So I'm just going to do my way of getting up. Feel free to use whatever way you're comfortable with. But you're going to skip the spatula and split right here. Because we get the spatula on the way out, and it saves time, so you don't have to cancel your cruise boost. So cannons is pretty self-explanatory. The only thing that you do not do is you do not press the treasure chest that opens at the end, because we are not doing the Flying Dutchman. So there's no need to watch that cutscene. Alright. You don't have to, just do whatever you're comfortable with. I just do like my optimal movement. And then you come up here. I recommend canceling your cruise boost for this. Remember, do not press that treasure chest that opens. And then from up here, you're going to jump down. Be careful not to fall. You're going to press this button. You're going to leave. Collect your spatula. And then you just take the boxes to exit. This tutorial has gone like so smoothly. I'm surprised it's like been this easy so far. You can get a manual cruise boost here, but you really don't have to. It's kind of something I like to do. But it's not really worth it since you're canceling it like immediately after. Just save some seconds. I recommend canceling it right before this gate because you will get the cutscene, and especially, this is important, the Flying Dutchman's text box will face you towards the goo, which has a good chance of killing you if you don't react fast. Because you
Dutchman is really annoying for this.
He is awful. I highly recommend canceling your cruise boost here. Because if you don't react fast enough, your cruise boost will be facing this way, and you'll just slide right off and drown. And you'll spawn all the way back at the gate, so be very careful. So from here, split on this taxi. And now we are entering the final level of the game, Jellyfish Fields. Alright, so here's how I got a dumpster sock, by the way, Crawfish. Come over here and cruise boost on the Krusty Krab.
Oh, I see.
And, like, yeah, since it's right there, that's when you get it. So spin the dumpster, get the sock, and then make your way to Jellyfish Fields. It was like a last-minute decision, but it totally worked out.
God, it feels so good doing Jellyfish this late.
I know, right? The final level of the game besides the final boss. Now, I'm going to show you multiple backup stocks in case you happen to be short. So you can get your cruise boost here. One of your backup stocks is right in the goo over there. So if you need a sock, there's a sock right there. Now, when you take this box, you have to react quickly, otherwise you'll slide right off the cliff. See how it kind of like spits you right there? So just double jump and like turn around, be careful. The sock I recommend you get is the top of the fountain sock right there. So you come this way. Another backup sock, by the way, is the one right up there. So if you need an extra sock, you can come this way. I accidentally got it, so I'm going to be a sock over. But if you need to get that sock, just go ahead and drown yourself. Or get taken by the hand. And you'll spawn right back here. And you can get your cruise boost again. If you're more comfortable with that sock, I mean, by all means, go for it. You can get whatever sock you like. But you can also come up here and get the fountain sock. I'm not going to get it since I'm already a sock over. And then you just come this way. And split right here. So yeah, there's multiple options and multiple backups. It's pretty lenient. From here, you cruise boost again. Now, it's very important, since you have the hand enabled, you're going to want to come down on the right side. I mean, I'm sorry, left side. I can't tell my left from right, so this is sad. So, one thing to note, do not jump off the level near the bus stop, because the bus stop will, like, glitch your camera and most likely cause you to die. So I recommend just, double jump, spin, slam right here, just to remove that risk from the run. So then you're just going to travel under the caves the whole way. This is some free time. If you guys want to say anything, feel free.
I just think it's so weird how, like, the hand grabs you from the right side and doesn't from the left side. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
that's
so
what the developer, like, what is the developer logic there?
There was no developer logic when they were making this game.
Very true.
But that's a good thing. We love them for it. It's like not a bad thing at all.
Yeah,
so,
Jellyfish Fields would be such ass if it weren't for the fact that they can do this even in Warpless.
Absolutely. Now, there's another backup sock over there. You can get it with a cruise boost. Just double jump, spin, slam to get it. And when you respawn, you can get your cruise boost on the box. Now, I'm sure all of you guys know how to get the spatula, but I'm going to get it my way. This is advanced movement. I would not recommend unless you know how. But pretty much just climb up, jump around the gate, or even hit the button if you need to. As long as you know how to get the spatula, it's fine. And then split when you enter this gate. What you're going to do next is switch to Patrick, and we're going to drain the lake. This part is pretty self-explanatory. If you guys want to say some more things, now's the time.
Drain the lake, most boring spat in the game, question mark?
I beg to differ. Poseidon exists.
Oh yeah, true.
During the lake, you can at least like get mad or happy about the RNG. It's like playing the lottery.
Kind
it's
of,
like
yeah.
really lame, but when it goes well, it goes well.
Exactly. Plus, if you ever get to the point, you can do DTLC, but hopefully you're not doing this route if you're doing DTLC.
Hey, PS2 players.
Maybe. But yeah, there we go.
If you're on PS2, don't do DTLC with this route, please. Ignore what I said.
Please don't. Just do not even consider DTLC, especially if you're using this route. So another muscle memory thing, do not warp after this. You're gonna walk all the way back to the bus stop and split. So just take your sweet old time coming back. Talk to Mrs. Puff, just kidding. And you split right here. Now this part is self-explanatory. You guys know how to do this. I hope you do. This is pretty much the intermediate. Like, you should be an intermediate if you're learning this.
Yeah, if this is a beginner tutorial, we'd have to go over like things like ETG, freeze boosting and stuff, which is a hassle to do.
Yeah. Dude, like, you should already know that stuff if you're learning a category like this. Say, just complete, the mesas like normal, and you split on this gate here. And then you just do this like normal too until the end. The final sock is on the slide. You should have 20 exiting Jellyfish Fields. You should definitely be sure that you have enough socks. Like, say you have 19, for example, you can get the 20th as the backup when you like return to Squidward, because you're back in that area. So again, keep an eye on your sock count. There are many backups available in case you need it, but your 20th sock is right down here. Now, instead of warping from here, you're just gonna jump down and take the trampoline back to spawn. So, SpongeBob flings away at light speed. And you land right next to Squidward. Now, here's something interesting about Warpless. So, when you talk to Squidward, his spatula does take some time to spawn. And I'm going to show you something we have to do here. So, we're using this taxi pad to disable the hand. And you're going to talk to Squidward, immediately you walk away, and set up your first hand disable. So, align the camera like that. And it should drag you right into the taxi. And now, the spatula is right there for the grabbing. Should save you some time instead of waiting for it to spawn. And then you do the second hand disable right here.
Shout out to Square for providing that.
Hell yeah, let's go Square. And split right when the load begins. Alright. And now, we're in the end game now. We should have 73 spatulas and 20 socks. We're going to trade both of those socks to Patrick right now. And from here, you just complete the final boss. The reason why we disabled the hand there is to do the final boss properly. If you're more comfortable attempting brain surgery, you do not have to disable the hand there. So you just split entering the Chum Bucket.
They serve food here, yes, but they don't serve love.
And then you just complete the final boss like you normally would.
And here we are, folks, the main event. A gauntlet of ever-increasing ferocity.
That was pretty bad.
For a direct attack like that.
I'm not used to not doing my glove strat. There we go. Alright, so do you guys have any closing remarks?
And fast.
Play this category. This category is a lot of fun. I'd follow the tutorial to a T. JB went over most of this stuff. If you have any questions, Warpless Discord and ask questions, please.
One thing to note, do not absolutely under any circumstances mess this up. Because if you fall here, the hand is disabled and you will not be able to warp back up. This is you gotta put extra care into it. I recommend bowling the Duplicatotron immediately so the Tartar doesn't have a chance to knock you off sideways. Just be very careful.
Yeah, if you have to kill the robots next to the Duplicatotron, that's fine. Just if you die there, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty much game over right at the very end. It's something you want to work very hard to avoid.
Typically shouldn't be a problem, though.
It really shouldn't, but it is a risk that you do have to be careful with, because in the rare event that something does happen, you just want to take every precaution to prevent it. So yeah, time is going to end on the final fuse, of course. And that is how you run any percent without using the pause menu to warp. So yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. This will be on YouTube, so I really look forward to seeing potential runs, potential new runners, and hopefully we can grow this category. I really hope this helps a lot of people. Anyone else got anything to say before I cut off the video?
No, I think you summed it up nicely. Welcome to Warpless, folks.
Welcome to Warpless. Alrighty, so I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely check out the description for my socials and stuff. I do stream speedrun attempts on my Twitch page, and I'm gonna link the homies in my description too. Big shoutouts to MV Parrot and Crawfish for helping me commentate this tutorial.
Hell yeah.
Shocked. Thanks for having us.
Anytime, it's my pleasure. So yeah, I'm gonna cut off the recording right now. Thank you guys so much for watching.